Hello everyone, my name is Andrew. I'm one of the astronomers at the Planetarium in Glasgow Science Centre, and welcome to our Constellations Creation workshop. In this workshop I'll be teaching you a little bit about constellations themselves, and then we'll be making our own constellations about stories that are important to us. First of all, let's start off about what constellations are. Constellations are defined as distinct patterns of stars in our sky. For where they are everywhere. Our constellation helps us divide up the nighttime sky. I'm going to pick a constellation that is up all year round here in Scotland, and something you can even see from a city nighttime sky. And it's the constellation Cassiopeia. In ancient Greek stories, Cassiopeia was the queen of Ethiopia, and one of her traits was she was incredibly vain. That's why you'll see Cassiopeia often looking into a mirror or brushing her hair while sitting on her throne. But when I look up into the sky, I don't see Cassiopeia. I don't see a beautiful queen sitting on her throne. I see a crooked W. Do you think you can see a queen there? If you can see a queen in the sky there, you have an amazing imagination. If not, don't worry, you're on my team for that one. But why do we have Greek constellations at all? Well, it's not just Greek constellations we have in the sky as well. Some of them are also from Roman stories, and some of the ones in the southern hemisphere are from the European travellers who went there in the 1600s. And that's a bit confusing, isn't it? So why do we have those ones at all? Well, that's all down to the International Astronomical Union, or the IAU. They got together in 1928. Just as a reference, the IAU are just a very bunch of smart people who know an awful lot about astronomy. They got together and they decided they wanted to divide up the sky in a certain way. So when we all talk to each other about where we're looking into the sky, we all understood each other. Before that time, around the world and throughout history, everyone had their own constellations, which were important to them. We just have the ones we have today because of those decisions in the IAU, the International Astronomical Union, in 1928, which means we now have 88 official constellations, but there are hundreds that are unofficial. One of my favourite unofficial constellations is that of the Maori tribe of New Zealand. They see a set of 7 stars that we call the Seven Sisters or the Pleiades, but they know them as Matariki, when that rises around May-June time around now. That's when the Maori tribe start heralding in their new year. And Matariki means little eyes, or the eyes of God, which has given me a little bit of an idea. It means we can make our own constellations. So let's go ahead and try that. Now, we don't need anything fancy for this workshop. All you need is a bit of paper, a pencil or pen, and just a little bit of imagination. Now for this, I've drawn out some of the main stars of Cassiopeia. You can either go and find some constellations you know already and draw them out. You could go out, if you have a garden or balcony, have a look up and see if you can see anything in the sky, or simply just draw what you like. You can get some paint, flick it onto the paper, and you can make your very own starry night. But I want to see what I can make with Cassiopeia. At the moment I have her as a crooked W, but maybe if I turned her another way, I might be able to see something a little bit different. Maybe from here I can see something. Do you think you can see anything? Or maybe I'll go back to the usual one. I'm starting to see something a little bit. Now, I have a cat at home, and she is constantly hungry. So I think that the crooked W of Cassiopeia actually looks a bit more like my cat's mouth. And even I've got some stars up here that make up her nose as well. So I'm going to name this constellation the Endless Void, because that's how hungry my cat is all the time. I like my constellation. I like how it came out. It might seem a little bit silly, but it's a little bit important to me. And it doesn't matter what I make up, and it doesn't matter what you make up either, as long as you think it's fun. Now, if you enjoyed that workshop and you decide to make your own constellations with your family, please comment below. Maybe you make something equally as silly. Maybe you make up something very important to you you'd like to share with us. Otherwise, come back another day at 10 AM for another GAC at Home workshop. Thank you very much, everyone, and see you next time.